What is up, my Wallogan troglodytes? Today we've got a double upload. We're working on settings for Cold War after the first few weeks of Cold War's full version being released. I'm sure a lot of you already have settings videos that you've watched, but we're going to go through that, and in this video specifically I want to go over some things in the gunsmith. A couple of the hottest weapons that most of the pros have been using. So we're looking at a class setup that can be used for search and destroy, respawn, mainly search and destroy is what I'm going to be focused on. So we would basically take off scavenger there, maybe pop on black jacket and tack, and then go with gung ho on pretty much everything. The benefits of running that are too huge to ignore. For search and destroy, you could take these off and run just one or the other, depending on what the enemy's running, and pop on ninja there. And that's what I would actually pretty much prefer to run, is that setup, and then put one of these on. And for respawn, just do ninja off, maybe scavenger and flak jacket, or scavenger and tack mask, or both of those, like I said. But we're not going to focus too much on that. We've got the trophy system on here because I want to practice like GB variants, like game battles, stuff like that, and a lot of stuff's banned in there. We're not going to get too deep into that either. But I like running Lawbreaker. It gives you the option to play multiple play styles and have the perk setups that can help you out in a lot of situations. A little more diversity in the class versus having a pistol. A lot of people would always skip on the overkill class setups in previous Black Ops games, and they would run faster with the pistol out or with the knife out. Let's get back to the gravy. We're going into the gunsmith here, and I don't know if you guys know. If you don't, you can go into detailed stats, and I like this because you get to see exactly what subsection you're trying to work on. So for instance, for this particular class setup, I've got a submachine gun here, and I play with like a rushing play style, and there's a lot of hip fire involved. So I'm going to choose things that really help out with my speed and with my hip fire accuracy. But in general, like as a general rule with my play style, I'm always going to pick out of my 5 attachment slots. I'm going to prioritize them. I'm going to pick things that help my speed, most importantly, the shooting move speed, sprint to fire speed, and aim down sights time. Those 3 key speed stats are key to pay attention to when you're adding and removing attachments. Let's say we wanted to swap this out, and we wanted to go to something that hurts that stuff. So you put that on there, and you look at that. It hurts the shooting move speed, the ADS time, all that stuff. It works like that with most of these underbarrels, actually. It hurts something in there, so the foregrip's probably the best option if you really do want to prioritize accuracy, but I pretty much focus on speed and then bullet velocity under the firepower subsection. Velocity is way more important in this game than any other Black Ops before it. You haven't even heard about it because it was pretty much standard across all weapons. They felt like hit scan. This game is a little bit different, and you don't really prioritize damage over velocity in this game either. So when it comes to like your muzzles and your barrels and stuff like that, that does affect muzzle velocity. Just pay attention to that. That's why I actually do have the suppressor on, and I'm not afraid to use it. It does hurt the damage range by 15%, but I don't really see a huge difference when putting that on. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about affecting the damage range versus the muzzle velocity. Just give it a try. Try to boost that velocity. I'm using the Task Force barrel so that it gives 75% extra bullet velocity. So just play around with those things. But basically, when it comes to the shooting move speed, super important with the aim walking move speed as well. You want to be able to dodge bullets in gunfights. You want to be able to be a hard target to hit and have good aim at the same time. People that stand still don't seem to excel in games like these. So if your class setup is fully and solely based around, let's say, accuracy, you've got your recoil control, all of that stuff's in the green. You've got sprint to fire time is okay, but aim down sight times is really good, and your damage is really good. But let's say, having all of that stuff comes at a huge sacrifice and hit to your shooting move speed, your aim walking move speed, your overall move speed, or let's say your bullet velocity, or it's something that it's a trade-off in this, and everybody knows that there's a downside to just about everything in here, except a few things. But so I basically build my class around that suppressor, task force barrel, SWAT 5 milliwatt laser sight. It does hurt the aim down sight time by 8%. Usually with the gung ho, a lot of my gunfights, I'm predicting, hearing, looking at the mini map, hearing callouts, seeing callouts with pings. So I know where someone's at. I can pre-fire with hip fire around a corner with a jump shot or a slide shot, and get that aim down sights while shooting and sprinting and all of that stuff. And it's not a huge deal. So then go over here to the field tape. Definitely want to have flinch resistance in your loadout on whatever gun you're running. It's a huge help. It's like running toughness in Black Ops 2. You don't want to have to deal with a huge amount of flinch. You get your shots lined up, and then all of a sudden you're getting shot from a different angle or whatever. It really triggers you, and you don't get that kill that you were almost guaranteed to get just because of flinch. And then come down here to the SAS combat stock. It does hurt the hip fire accuracy by like 15%, but since I chose this laser sight, it still helps more than just using this one. So I'd rather use that. And then come over here to the KRIG, which is the other beastly weapon that I want to showcase here. I like putting a reflex on it. You don't have to. If you aren't using that, there's a lot of people that like using thermals, or like that this hollow microflex. I'll actually pop that on there. I forgot. I like that one better. And we go into the muzzle with the regular suppressor again. This barrel right here, I mean, you could go with this one, or you could take it off and just do without added muzzle velocity altogether. I mean, that aim walking move speed is pretty important. I like using my sub to clear places, and usually I only on this class pull out the KRIG whenever I'm gonna hold a super long sight line, and I'm not planning on like moving around and clearing in a room or something like that. So that's why I have this barrel on there, just to get that 100% bullet velocity. It's basically hit scan at any range. And then go down here, field tape again, flinch resistance, and the Raider stock. Sprint to fire time, aim walking movement speed is buffed a bit, so it kind of counteracts that. This class right here is my #1 recommendation. If you're just starting out on Cold War, or if you've had it for a while, grind these weapons up, get these attachments, and play around with it. I mean, if you don't have a run and gun play style and you don't care about stealth that much, maybe take off the suppressor, pop on, you know, a magazine attachment or something like that, and see what you guys think. Let me know what you guys' favorite guns are here in Cold War, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.